we're going to demonstrate cutting crown molding, baseboard molding, window molding, and door molding using the sliding Mitre Saw. This is probably one of the best sliding Mitre Saws on the market. Most finished carpenters, you'll find this in their toolbox or tool bag. It can be positioned anywhere between 50 degrees to the left and 60 degrees to the right. In addition to that, it can also be adjusted to cut on a side angle. Crown molding and baseboard molding all involve 45-degree angle cuts. This is a typical piece of crown molding that we put up between the ceiling and the wall in our houses. Okay. To cut the crown molding, there are two different techniques that are used. One of them, which is probably the most common, is that it's cut upside down and backwards. In other words, rather than position the molding position the molding on the saw in the way in which it is installed on the ceiling, it's done opposite that, and the angle is cut opposite. So if you remember all those details, it'll come out perfect. We choose to cut it in a molding as it hangs on the ceiling. In other words, we install it against the back plate of the saw in the same position it's going to be when it's on the ceiling. And we make the first cut at a 45-degree angle. Okay, just like that there. We move the saw and cut the adjoining cut at a 45-degree angle, such as this one right here. This has already been done in advance for our convenience. And we check the fit on them to see how they fit together. And as you'll see, that these fit together perfectly at a 45-degree angle. When installing them, we install both pieces under somewhat of a preload. That means spring tension against the joint, and we put a little glue in here. So come the winter time, when the molding tends to dry out a little bit, in which we do, that's the way in which we cut crown molding for installation on our project. As far as window casing and door casing, this is a standard 3-inch, actually a 2.5 inches, a casing that's used to run around doors and windows. These are much easier to cut because they're cut on a 45-degree angle, such as that right there. And the adjoining piece, in this case here, let's assume this is the top, is cut in the opposite 45-degree angle, just like that there. This one's been pre-cut already, so let's see how they join together. So they join together a perfect 45 degrees. And again, when we install these, we put glue on this surface, bring it together tightly, and nail the pieces into the sidewall and the overhead. Frequently, finished carpenters also put a brad or nail from the top down into the base wood to help prevent the wood from separating as the temperature in the house changes, particularly in the dry season. That's all there is to installing cutting crown molding and window